Oh dear.
Oh
Well,
dear.
well, welcome everybody that's new to my Twitch channel. This is Charlie Hall, features writer for Polygon.com. And today, one of my newer features went live. It's called Blade Symphony. What sound does a successful Kickstarter make? So be sure to check that out up at Polygon.com. It's in the masthead right now. But I'm joined in-game today, inside Blade Symphony, with the developer of Blade Symphony, and that is Michael Chang, who has just been devoured. Say hello, Michael.
Hello, hello.
So I haven't spent a ton of time in the game, Michael. But why don't you, for folks that may not have had a chance to read the feature yet, or folks that might be new to the game in general, just kind of tell us what this thing's all about.
Well, let me get this guy killed, or have him kill me, but you're playing a pseudo sword fighting simulator. It's a tactical sword fighting game that I have been making for a long time, as Charlie has written. And this, well, what you're looking at here is you're in a free-for-all map. That means anybody can challenge anybody to a duel in a sword fight, one-on-one, mano-to-mano sword fight. And you're given a bunch of special abilities, right? Like you're given these like different ways and angles to attack, and different attack styles and different stances. And you can grab people, like I just did to this guy. And you can switch out your swords. So Charlie, this would be a good time to press the M button, which is the character selection button.
Ah, there we are. I was playing with this earlier today.
And the top right, you'll see the character selection is, for example, the leftmost character is Judgment. He's this like heavy-hitting bruiser type guy. The one second from the left is Phalanx, a fencer type guy. And the third one is a ninja breakdancing Japanese sword fighter. And then the fourth one is a wushu sword fighting girl. And these characters differ not by statistics or anything. They all differ via animation. So their attack paths, the sort of paths that they make with their sword through the air, are all completely different, and the way they move are different. And then also on the left side, you see like a selection of swords, and so you can use your mouse wheel to scroll up and down. And the name of the sword changes, but then the right below the name of the sword, you'll see the sword type. So that's the sort of the type of weapon that you're choosing. So you can combine any of these types of weapons with any character that you choose. And the type of weapon changes the way you play quite drastically. To give you an example, the foil, which I have picked now back into the game with this character, Pure, is probably not too effective. She does a wushu sort of style, but wushu sword fighting styles don't mesh very well with foils, and that's mostly because foils do damage mostly when they stab people, when they thrust into people, and this is sort of a little bit more advanced than I'm probably willing to go than just that, but that's the general idea.
That's very interesting. So, a lot of folks like me that have played a lot of games in the past that have swords in them aren't necessarily aware of what a sword fighting style means, right? So I've played a lot of Oblivion. I've played a lot of Skyrim, right? I hit the button, I kill things. It was a little different back when I was playing something like Morrowind. There was an option to do like a left swing or a right swing or something like that, but they've actually kind of simplified a game like that. You go to something like Chivalry or War of the Roses, and really you're hitting a swing button, but you're switching out the weapons. How do the sword fighting styles influence how you play and how the game is going?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. This is the primary example of something like that, where Judgment, this is this character that I'm using, he has a Kenjutsu style with his heavy stance. Oh, by the way, stances, super important. The bottom and left-hand side of your screen, you'll see fast, balance, and heavy. And when you press the 1, 2, 3 key, you can switch between any of these stances. And so each of these characters being that a specific kind of martial arts fighting style, they have mixed martial arts.
Mhm.
So this means that Judgment here, which I'm using, is I'm using a heavy stance right now with this stance, this pose. And when I swing down, this cuts in a very similar style to Kenjutsu. And you'll see, like, for example, why don't you switch to the same character as me?
All right.
And you'll see a glowing line, basically, around your character. If you switch to this stance, I believe it's 3.
Stance 3 heavy. All right. Ah, there we are.
Cool. So now, you see this, like, glowy arc.
Yeah. So it's kind of going a little in front of me, but then over my head, and then back behind my right side where it came from.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't you perform an attack right now?
All right.
You'll make exactly that cut that you see.
Ah, and then I actually changed feet as well. So he followed through and then changed his stance.
Exactly.
Ah.
And this is our solution for a crosshair. In fact, you can probably put that crosshair over a target, and well, I guess that feature doesn't work anymore. But you can intersect this crosshair against me and perform this swing. And you will hit me. And essentially, this is our solution to a 3-dimensional crosshair. He's in. Not right now. Streaming with the Wanderer. Yeah. So Charlie, so you were exactly right in your observation. With your second move, the arc changes.
Right.
And so you perform a different attack on your second swing.
Very cool.
And the reason this is because it emulates a sort of form of martial arts known as a kata, where you perform one move and then you want to perform the second move that flows naturally from that first move. And so what we've essentially done is transformed a form of martial arts system into game attacks that you then calculately, like, as a player, you want to do the first move and then the second move and then the third move, or you can stop on the second move, or in fact, if you wanted to get really tricky, switch to different stances right before you do the second move or the third move. So for example, if I click on heavy now and I press 2, I can do balance 2 and balance 3.
Oh, cool.
And the UI in the bottom left will show you where you are on this map of attacks.
Very interesting. So now, what is air?
Air is when you jump. So this is the way we handle when players jump and then they attack. So this character only has one air attack, and it's always the same every time.
All right, so it's kind of like, it's almost like you're climbing a little move tree as you go here, because within heavy it actually moves to the right. So let me see if I'm getting this right. So I could start with a heavy, move to a balanced, and then it actually traces a little path on the UI there, so I can see what move I'm in. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Now don't panic. The map is changing. It's refreshing this map. It's set on like a timer of like 20 minutes or whatever, and that's just to sort of clear out all the dead bodies and. They shove away all the corpses.
I'm gonna mute my microphone over here. I might be getting some feedback. Oh, all right. So what map is this here? I think we were just in a mall, but what's this one?
So we have now gone to a much more themed sword fighting arena. This is the winter map, free-for-all version. So all of these maps have dual versions of these maps. So originally this was one arena where players would say a one-on-one fight, but this is the form of map where you can wall run and go anywhere. We're totally free to go. So come with me, Charlie. We're gonna go. So you can wall run by holding down. I believe I have bound to control, but whatever your dash key is, you can dash into the wall and you'll ledge grab here.
Let me check what my dash key is. 1 second.
Sure.
Attack, block, grab, throw. Fast? No. Sheath, sword. I got a jump, roll, or a shuffle?
Roll.
Roll, okay.
The term that gets used.
There we are. Okay, I'm with you now.
So, this wall, and we can scale this wall too. We can also wall run up this wall.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and I just
continue holding forward, and as you wall run up this, you will ledge grab.
okay.
There you go.
Man, they're fast, Michael.
Yes, they are. Especially wearing like 100-pound armor.
Yeah, seriously. So how did you tailor the speed for this? Let's talk about that for a second while we're on top of this beautiful roof with our water wheel. How do you, for a game like this, for a fighting game, how do you decide what's the right speed for everything to move?
Oh my gosh, this is a really tough question, Charlie. So things need to be readable. You know, in single-player games where you have a hack and slash, you can make things any speed, and they just need to look cool. It needs to look badass. And in multiplayer, it needs to look readable. So, for example, this is a really powerful attack that I'm going to do right now. Right? This is the heavy right attack. So, how you perform this, and you can do it yourself, is you hold down the right strafe button, and as you're holding that down, you click attack. That it looks like that.
Oh, I just threw something. What's up with that?
Okay, so that's the balance.
Okay.
That's a heavy version.
That's a balanced version. So here's our heavy with the right strafe. Oh boy.
And as you notice, you're also.
Oh, you're breaking up just a little bit there. While you're breaking up, why don't I take the opportunity to play with my audio a little bit, and then when your feed comes back in, we'll have you start that conversation once more.
But it's really. All right. No worries.
All right. Looks like you're back in sync. So what were you saying?
So this move is really powerful. The one that you just performed, the heavy right attack, and it's movable. Check it out. I'm walking while I'm doing this. It's totally freeform.
Oh, cool.
And look how huge this windup is. Right? These moves have humongous windups.
Yeah, there's a lot of the little arc that's behind my character, and very little of it that's in front when I'm doing that move.
Yeah, and count how long it takes to actually make the swing. I mean, he's winding up and then winding up and then winding up and then finally swinging, right?
Right.
And the reason why this is because the move needs to be telegraphed to the player. If we just made it almost instantaneous and made it very responsive, a player would just use that all the time and never have any other reason to use anything else. So there's always a struggle between responsiveness and game balance, where something needs to be fair. There's a couple ways we can game balance, and this is one of the ways. It's to slow down the start of the animation and make that a little bit more telegraphed, so that you see the scary move coming, and you can actually do something about it. You can switch to a fast stance, hook me, and
actually get a strike in before you complete yours.
Precisely, and that's very martial arts. That's like very, very sword fighting. Like, you want to do that in IRL. I mean, obviously you would never take this long to swing in IRL, but the basic concepts apply.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a very interesting solution to a problem. Now the other problem, and it's something that we talked about together during our interview for the feature that I put up today, is what happens when blades collide in midair. So I know from my History Channel experience with swords that you don't want to smack your sword into somebody's sword because you spend a lot of time making that sword, sharpening that sword, and you could damage it or destroy it by hitting somebody else's sword. So in real life, it's my understanding that striking with, say, the edge of the blade is a very rare occurrence. Maybe you'd strike with the flat of the blade. But in real sword fighting, do you smack blades together a lot?
Well, in Hollywood sword fighting, you smack blades together. Because it's really dramatic, right? In animated sword fights, that happens a lot. Let's go back to the courtyard where we can try some of these things out. You can also roll downwards, which is always hilarious. So, in real life sword fighting, you're totally right. You don't want to do that, especially not with the edge of the blade, because you will chip your blade and it's easy to crumble it. You actually want to block with the flat of the blade. Not accurate here, as you can see. When I'm holding down the right mouse button, I'm blocking. This is the block.
Okay.
And you are protected as many, like Street Fighter in many ways. You are protected here. However, I could go around you and just hit you back.
In the rear, yeah.
Sure, yeah.